A little life is update and a shout out to my buddy in Nova Scotia out there. This guy's garage had a Barracuda stop by. So did we. Check it out. On an otherwise monotonous day for yours truly, this stopped by. Not just another oil change. This graced our presence in the shop. We all gathered around.
Did he go
fat radiator?
Did he go internally regulated? No, just the regulators.
Let's see the regulators.
Oh, hey, this one's exactly the one I needed. No modifications needed.
Man. Look at the old Mopar.
How does sound coming in?
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
I like
a
this.
mod
Like,
exhaust.
literally leave it as it is and clear coat it.
Yeah, there you go.
No joke.
Hey everybody, it's me, Russ, with a update. Haven't put a video out in a few weeks, and the reason is it's been sunny. We've had some really great weather here in April, which is rare. 70, 75 degrees. It's been beautiful. So, working on the Shaw estate here. I would be Russ Shaw, your host on this adventure. Dana Shaw, my lovely wife, found this on OfferUp for a really good deal, $100. Boom. Achievement unlocked, mechanic lifestyle right here. We've been very grateful, lucky, exceedingly blessed, whatever lingo you want to use. Still a mechanic in my rookie year. This is a engine that we're putting in a Chevy Malibu or Cruze or something like that at the shop. As an independent guy who worked on his own for 25 years, now I'm part of a team, which feels cool and good. But at the same time, it carries its own kind of weight. Like, you know, taking a day off, there has to be someone to fill in for myself. I use the analogy a lot of like mechanics are like doctors. It's very much like that. Doing fleet work, service stuff a lot. It's 7-day-a-week shop, so we're open 7 days a week, and there's a team of 5 of us mechanics, and so today's Friday is my Sunday, right? So my Monday is Saturday, which is weird. Very much like a hospital. It's kind of what's going on. I'm not the fastest cat in the shop, you know, and that's been a frustration for some there. And we'll see how things work out. I'd rather be, I don't know, thorough and not make mistakes than be quick. This kind of work, there's just no room for mistakes in some cases, right? Leaving a bleeder screw in an oil change, for example, like that can really, not torquing someone's bolts, lug nuts down, torque specs on brakes, you know, things like that. There's just no room for error. And that's maybe why I'm a little more, I'm ADHD too. So, but a lot of guys in the shop are. I think it helps to be ADHD and do the job of a mechanic. I heard a guy who described ADHD as, people with ADHD, as being able to manage 2 or 3 screens pretty well. The problem is we think we can manage 20 or 30 screens. And we can't, and that's when things get problematic. Like, you hear people say, if you have a passion for this, you should make it your job and you'll never work another day. And I think that over time, the reason why I haven't become a mechanic before is because, like, I had a passion for cars, and I like cars. I even like working on my own cars, but it's work, and it's hard work. And it's stressful work sometimes. I'm learning to deal with stress better. I have better tools for managing stress today than I did as a younger man. The physical part of the job is hard on me as a guy in his 50s, but I'm not complaining, right? Like, I live a pretty decent life, day to day, hour to hour. I live my life in 24-hour increments, and that's been a big one for me. That's something I've carried with me from my recovery days. So I'm 30 years clean from recovery, do some pretty hard drugs. And before that, I went to rehab for drinking myself unconscious on a regular basis. I like to believe I have self-control in this area now where I didn't used to in the past. For a lot of alcoholics, it's not that way. I have different views on that whole, I'm an alcoholic. That didn't settle well with me. I'm an addict. Like, you sit down, I'm an addict. That's a whole nother topic. I digress. One of the biggest things that's stuck with me is we tend to future trip. As one of my friends, Paul, would say. Life is happening right now, in the moment. So, is it work? Yeah. Is it hard work? Yeah. Is it sometimes stressful? Yeah. Do I have a passion for cars and a passion for working with my team at the shop? Yeah, I do. I was watching my friend Tim on his live stream. Astral Automotive, or Auto is his channel. And he had this shirt that says, "It's good to be me." He was wearing this shirt. And this shirt had me thinking, what if I asked you, is it good to be you today? Just today. Is it good to be you? Think about that one for a minute, Is it good to be Russ Shaw? Yeah, it's good to be me today. And I'm not just talking about shallow, positive thinking, by the way. I consider myself a realistic optimist. not so much a positive thinker. I think some of that stuff can be like holding back a sneeze, and blow your brains out. What I am talking about, though, is gratitude. There's a neuroscientist who studied the mind and our attitudes and feelings, and negative stuff sticks to our brain, our attitudes, our neurons, the chemistry running through our body. The negative stuff sticks like Velcro, all right? And the positive stuff, the good things that happen, are more like Teflon. Like, when something bad happens, you feel it right away. When something good is happening in your life, you have to dwell on it, they said, for 15 to 20 seconds before you feel it. And the reason for this is, evolutionary biology, probably, right? Like we're being chased by animals when we, early man on the Serengeti or wherever we were, you got to watch out constantly to survive. So we evolved and grew into the system of the negative stuff is, it's all around me. But really, the Teflon, the good stuff, is it good to be you? So every day becomes sort of like tuning an instrument, like hitting a tuning fork. And again, it's not just the positive thinking, it's being attuned to the good that's in your life. Some of these young kind of hip hop kids come by the shop and they say, "Hey Russ, what's good?" There's a lot in that statement, right? A lot to think about. Laying on my back, trying to remove a brake plunger, out of a Chevy, when there's not enough room to push the thing out and unbolt it. It's what I'm doing now. It's just what I was doing now. But I've noticed that the more I'm attuned to what's good, the more good seems to come my way. Or is it the fact that it was just always there and I just didn't see it, That's another one too. There's a philosophy behind the film Yes Man, Jim Carrey. If you've ever seen that film, you don't just say yes to everything, but when you're more attuned to what's good, you do say yes to more things. Theists might call it praise, or praising God, or the universe, or whatever your worldview is, smiling upon you. It is when we choose to dwell on it, man. What if we could do that? My wife and I practice this. The good, the bad, the hard work, and the passion, and live it out day by day. Because this BS of, we just do what you love and you'll never work another day in your life. Maybe that gets some people through for a while, but the truth is, life is more complex than that. I read a book, speaking of recovery, G6 of Motley Crue, recovered heroin addict. Heroin's one of those drugs that takes a lot of people's lives, man. It's horrible. And that guy, especially being a rich, wealthy, successful guy, beat it. He wrote a book called The Heroin Diaries. One of the things that he touched on in another one of his books was that being a rock star, right? It's like this, a lot of guys look at that and go, oh yeah, that's the life, man. Being a rock star and going on the road and, you know, you got money, you got power, all the girls want you, whatever. But the truth is, what he said in his book is, you know, over time, it just becomes another job. You're playing the same songs over and over again. You're in a different city. Sometimes you forget what city you're in because you're on the road so much. My point is, everybody seems to be seeking out this pain-free life, right? You know, or if I could be that guy, if I was just a rock star, or if I could be this person, I bet they don't struggle with it, right? Like life doesn't have pain to it, and sorrow, and bad days, and sometimes life just sucks. How's that for positive thinking, right? But you're a character in it. Is it good to be you in it? We're all collectively going through a really tough season, or we're towards the end of it, you know, I'd like to think anyway. This COVID-19 thing is starting to pass us by, but that's just an example of it. You know, pain-free life is like an Oompa Loompa, right? It doesn't exist. But how are we going to react to the pain, the pleasure, the sorrow, the joy? We're gonna live it all out or get stuck in a bad day? I live here in Seattle. It's been beautiful, warm, sunny in April. It doesn't always rain every day. It doesn't, you know? I'm talking to myself here, all right? I'm gonna go back and watch this video because some days it's hard to think about, you know, dwell on, be grateful for my life. And, you know, Ivy, it's its own, it's work, man. Yard work, keeping the house in shop shape. Japanese maple, the ponds, yeah, our palm tree, only kind that lives around here. Yep, water feature. My wife's artwork. And now it's time for a G6 update. The G6 here. The last video had, well, video before last? I don't remember. Had some issues with the whistling, right? This has been an ongoing thing. Trying to figure out what was wrong with it. Was it intake? Was it a loose belt? What was it? No more noise. Listen to this. That is, put a MagnaFlow exhaust on the old G6 here. So it sounds a little, sounds a lot better. And that was the noise, by the way, was that stinking whistling noise was a loose gasket and flex pipe. The flex pipe, I don't know, had a thing going on when it moved around, so causing a whistling noise. Much like putting a blade of grass between your thumbs and blowing through it makes a whistling noise. So, problem solved. I'll get it on the rack and I'll show you what's been done. It's pretty cool. That'll be in another video. But thanks. Stick around. Just wanted to throw out an update. It's a lot of work, man. Gotta show you. We mowed some today, and it's the old motorhome. Yeah, gotta do a video on that. My buddy at this guy's garage has his motorhome stuff going on. I gotta get that thing going. But yep, I'm off on a beer run now. But hey, thanks for watching. Till next time, bye.